All right, guys. So in this video, we're going to apply our overpower strategy to AUDJPY. So as usual, we get into our chart and then we go to our 15 minutes time frame. Now the market is live right now, so we are going to analyze the market. I'll show you the overpower strategy on the past movement of the market. Then we'll go to the live market and analyze what is most likely to happen today. So from what we see here, number one, the number one thing in which we have to do, remember, is we find a trend, okay? A clear trend that we are not in doubt of. All right. So we can start from any random place. Now let's look at this trend here and see how we could have predicted this move up. So if you look at this market here, at this level, it went down, okay? Went up, went down, went up, went down, went up, okay? Went down, went up, went down. All right. So if you look here, a change of character would have occurred here, right? So because it went up, came down. But below here, we see no overpowering. What is an overpowering? An overpowering is an engulfing that shows us that buyers or sellers were in control. Now, this market was moving down. So we expect to see sellers overpowered at some point, right? So if we look at this move, there is no engulfing showing us that sellers were very aggressive or very strong down here, right? However, if we look above here, we can see an overpowering above here. So the market broke structure again here, all right, and continued moving up. So what we'll ask ourselves is, in this move down, was there an overpowering? Let's make it a little bigger. So if you look here, usually we focus on the first overpowering down here. But if you look here, there is an overpowering above here. Yeah, you see these two engulfings. That's what we refer to as overpowering. Now, we're going to go with this first one. Why? Because the body of the green candle is very little compared to the red candle. It is at least the red candle's body is at least twice that of the green candle. All right. Now, this second one is also in the same category, all right? Relatively, the body of the green candle is about half of the body of the red candle, all right? Now, this is what we call overpowering. When price breaks above it, all right, we say that sellers have been overpowered here because this engulfing shows us that sellers were aggressive. They had a lot of power here. So if buyers had more power to overpower them, then it means that buyers were now in control. Now, that is the first criteria, the first condition in our criteria. Remember, we have two conditions, overpowering and change of character. Now, we have overpowering here, and then there is a change of character up here because this level was broken. Therefore, our strategy says what? It says that since our conditions have been met, that this market is going to move up, okay, at least as much as it moved down from here. So you see how much it moved down? So if we take this rectangle and place it above here, you see how much the market moved before it started correcting and then continuing its upward movement. All right. Now, as usual, remember, even though the market kept moving up, this is not what we are looking at. We are looking at the one we are sure of. So we are sure of this move. Okay. And that is what the overpower strategy is about. So let's look at another opportunity. So we have to find a clear trend. Find a clear trend and then an overpower. Now let's see how we could have predicted this move down here, right? Now, if you look at this market, it moved up, came down, moved up, all right? But if we take a look at it's always better to focus on the trend at hand, okay? So if we look at this trend that moved up here, from here, it was down here, moved up, came down, right? Moved up, came down, moved up, okay? So if there is a change of character, it is right here. See this area around here? So that's where the change of character would occur. When the market goes beyond this level, okay? When the market goes beyond this level, that's the change of character we're talking about. Let's get a rectangle. So when the market breaks below this level, that's the change of character we're talking about, all right? And it broke below it, all right? Once it breaks below here with a candle body, you know that a change of character has occurred. Now, if we look above here in this move up, all right? Remember, we're not looking at this. We're looking at this move that took it up. We'll look for an overpowering. And if you look here, you will see that there is an engulfing here, all right, that qualifies for our overpowering strategy. So you see the red candle body was small relative to the green candle. So it tells us that buyers were aggressive here. Okay, they had a lot of power that pushed this market up. So if sellers are able to break this level, okay, it means they have overpowered the buyers. And then coupled with our change of character, then our strategy says that this market is going to move down at least as much as it moved up. Okay, so if we move this rectangle down here, see what we have. This market moved aggressively down before retracing and then continuing its movement. But remember, this is what we are looking to catch. Okay, the one we are short of. And why you have to focus on catching this move, all right, just as much as it moved up, is that once you catch it, the market may retrace, all right, and if it retraces, you may get to see another opportunity, and that is exactly what happened here. Because if you look to the right, let's see what happened later, all right, we could have cut what do you call it? Cut two moves with this, because as soon as he made his move, we catch this move and we take our profits, the market retraced. And then he made another trend. So it went up, came down, went up. All right. This is another trend here. Then if there's a change of character, where did our change of character occur? Our change of character occurred down here. Okay, because this area was broken. And if we look above here in this move that went up, we see this engulfing. Okay. And once this area was broken, once this engulfing was broken, that constitutes an overpowering. So now we have an overpower and what? And a change of character. All right. And then you can go ahead and measure your rectangle and take your profits. Remember, we're not trying to be greedy. We're trying to capture exactly what we're short of. See this move? If you go down here, you see how much it moved before it retraced. Okay, so that's what we are looking for to capture. Let's look at another opportunity here. Let's see if we can capture another huge move. Now remember, we can always capture moves in these places. Okay, if we go ahead and analyze it, we can capture moves. However, We are looking for a trend that is clear because this is a demonstration video. So we have to show what is clear so that we understand it properly. Now, let's see how we could have predicted this move up. Because if we look here, remember we are looking at trends. If you look at this market moved down here, right? And then it made this trend going up, all right? So you can say that this market moved down, moved up, moved down, moved up, moved down, moved up, moved down here, all right? So this is the long leg of this trend that was going down here, all right? Even though it was very long, it's the long leg of it. It's the same as this leg here. It moved down, moved up, moved down, moved up, moved down, very long, all right? So if it breaks above here, this is where our change of character would occur, okay? Because it broke above here. Then we look at this leg down here. Was there an overpower? And the answer is yes, because if you look down here, you see this big candle, all right? That was overpowered, okay? The body is relatively very large compared to the green candle, all right? But if you look at this, the body is not up to twice that of the green candle. So we may say, okay, this doesn't qualify, so you may leave it, okay? But even if you took the trade, all right, it would have still played out. So you see, continue, they're moving up, okay? So let's look at another one here. This market moved down here, moved up, okay, then moved down, all right? Then a change of character occurred where it occurred at this level. It occurred at this level, okay? And once it occurred by breaking it at this point, okay, we look down here and say, hey, was there an overpowering? And the answer is yes. You see this clear overpowering here, this engulfing down here, all right? That is a very nice engulfing that we see here. It qualifies fully for what we're looking for, all right? You see this green candle and then this big red candle. That's what we're looking for. Therefore, since we have our criteria met, our two conditions, we say that since the market moved down this much, okay, it's going to move up this much. All right. So that's how we could have got this trade as well. So another way in which you can actually, if you just want to confirm more, all right, you may just wait for this level to be broken twice. But there is no need once you confirm what we are looking for, because if you look here, it broke here, came down, then broke again. So this will be an added confirmation, but we don't need it here, right? But if you want an added confirmation, you can always do that. So let's now go ahead and look at the live markets, okay, and see what we can find here. But before we go there, look at this again. This market moved up, came down, moved up. Okay, it didn't this was one leg of the move, so don't worry about it. But if we wanted to take this trade, this would have still been another good example. It moved up here, came down, moved up, right? And then a change of character will be at this level. See this? At this level, where this level was broken here, all right? Then if we look at this long move up, we see that there was an engulfing here, okay? The red candle is about half of the body of the green candle. So this qualifies for our criteria. So we know that the market is going to move down here as much as it moved up, all right? So let's go to the live market and see what we can predict for today. So if we go to the live market, look at what is happening here. The market moved down, moved up, moved down, okay, moved up, all right? Then moved down here, a little down, then moved up. Let's see if it broke this area. So it didn't actually break this area yet. Okay, so it hasn't broken that area. So this market is still in an uptrend, okay? Until, so right now, our change of character is going to have to occur somewhere here, all right, at this level. So this market moved up, came down, moved up, okay, came down, moved up. Assuming it broke here, this would have been our change of character right here, all right? But right now, there's no change of character yet. If this market breaks above here and then comes down here, it's going to be our change of character. So if we have to enter this trade, we'll wait for it to break below here, all right? And once it has broken below here, we look at this move up. Is there an overpowering? Not much. So we can see, even though there was an engulfing here and there was an engulfing here, they are not, they don't show that they are strong enough, right? Doesn't show that they are strong enough here. So we might want to wait for this market to make another up move, right? And then create an engulfing and then comes down to break here. And then we know that, hey, this is a great opportunity for us to get into. So this shows that our overpower strategy also works on a odd JPY. Okay. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comment and we can talk about it. Thank you.